Hi guys, welcome back, welcome aboard. If you're new, welcome home. If you're not so new, as always, I appreciate where you are in relation to this channel, these energies, this message, and this week, of course, which is the 17th of January through the 23rd of January, 2022. Let's talk about what's up, shall we? So this week starts off with the moon in Cancer. So we're touchy-feely, right? We've also just had the exact conjunction of the Sun and Pluto. And the Sun and Pluto are kind of like our own personal yin and yang, right? It is our light and our darkness all fused into one. Now, this week starts off with a full moon in Cancer, opposing that Sun and Pluto conjunction, which is very exciting. Can you guys hear the birds outside my window? They're so loud, and then they stop, and then they're so loud. Anyway, so let's just have this conversation on Monday, the 17th. We have some aspects to Neptune, some challenging aspects to Mars, and then the moon opposition to Pluto right before the full moon. And so here's the deal. This is going to be kind of like a dreamy, drifty, drowsy sort of day. Like maybe not really a getting shit done kind of day. It's a day to give in to the flow, right? That Cancer moon is really about the outflow, right? It's kind of like finding your purpose, wow, as full, in addition to universal, right? So it's your energy in amplification with the energy of the universe. Be mindful of that, and that the least resistance you're going to give it, right? We're talking about those full moon in Cancer themes, home and family. This is really about divine feminine awareness, right? So what's in your flow, right? And then the moon moves into Leo just about bedtime, which is going to kind of really shift the energy for Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we have a lot going on as well. We have got Mercury sextiling Chiron long before you wake up. Uranus moves direct. The nodes change signs from the Sag-Gemini axis to the Scorpio-Taurus axis. So we're going from air and fire to earth and water. This is going to feel profound. Yeah, that's a great word. Profound. And we'll talk a little bit more about it as it gets here. But let's talk about Tuesday, right? So this is a day of kind of cautious, purposeful awareness, right? Mercury retrograde is squaring Uranus. There's a T-square to the moon. So here's the deal. There are warnings, indications of a sense of recklessness, right? So we all want to put our best foot forward, right? Especially with all these shifts and changes. We've got Uranus going direct. We've got the nodes changing signs. But here's the deal. Sometimes you put your best foot forward and you fall on your face, and that's okay. Just kind of check the way that you're capable of being in your expression, right? Just be mindful. Don't be reckless, right? You know, our Mercury retrograde theme is always check, check, triple check. On this day, you might add a quadruple, okay? On Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, the moon makes an opposition to Saturn, right? And then an inconjunction to Neptune. Before late in the evening, the sun moves into Aquarius. Now here's the deal. The sun is also trining the nodes at 29 degrees, right? So when the sun is at 29 degrees, getting ready to move into Aquarius. The nodes are at 29 degrees. That is incorrect. Well, never mind. I guess I put it on the wrong day. Okay, well, all right. On Wednesday, we're regrouping, we're rewriting, right? We have the moon in opposition to Saturn. So how are you telling your story? How are you retelling your story? How are you drawing your boundaries? How are you redrawing your boundaries? How are you structuring your reality? How are you restructuring your reality? With that in conjunction to Neptune, it feels a little dreamy, right? Are you seeing yourself for what you are? And as evening comes and that sun moves into Aquarius, you're definitely going to feel your own sense of balance and polarity shift. There we go. Coming more into balance. So you might feel inside out or upside down. The key here is about your point of view, right? Your point of view. So the way that you move from 29 degrees to that 0 degree, from the fullness to the brand new, right, allows you to really be in your witness in terms of the expert versus the novice, right? There are all things that we know how to do, and then there are things that we don't know how to do. And sometimes we think we know how to do a thing, and something shifts and changes in the paradigm, and we have to learn all over again. And that's okay, right? That's okay. See yourself for what you are. And as the sun moves into Aquarius, you get to feel that own sense of intrinsic explorer, right? It's discovery. It's inventor. So how are you going to invent yourself? How are you going to narrate your story? How are you going to create your boundaries? How are you going to structure your reality? And how can it look different than it has? Because it can. It can look completely different than it has. That's up to you. That's up to you. On Thursday, it's a very busy day for the moon. Busy dreams, right? Hello. Right. Very much so. So my best advice to you is to, on Wednesday night, ask your subconscious mind for new solutions, right? You're going to have that opportunity overnight as you're in the dreamland. So ask. Make that your intention at bedtime on Wednesday. So you're going to wake up to the moon moving into Virgo, right? The priestess moon, the moon of service, squaring those new nodes. So what does that energy feel like? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to your service? Not just your service to the collective, but your service to yourself, your service to your relationships, your service to your finances, your service to your sense of love, of beauty, of balance, of harmony, of the way that you are in creation. And how can you then put that self into service, not just for yourself, but for the collective as well? Those are big questions, right? As the moon opposes Jupiter and then is in conjunct that retrograding Mercury, you'll have an opportunity to really create the largeness of your own expression. Wow, that was exciting. On Friday. Okay, so on Friday, the moon is in conjunct Chiron and then squares Uranus and Venus in a big, beautiful, grand Earth trine. So here's the deal. Your heartstrings might get kind of tugged, right? As the moon makes that in conjunction to Chiron. It might feel like a challenge to your healing process or your healed self or the ways and means through which you, I see you, have been healing, right? So that grand Earth trine with Uranus and Venus and the moon can help with those shifts to reorient all those things that you were dealing with on Thursday, right? Yourself, your heart, your finances, your life. Wow. Your sense of creation, your sense of your 3D life. And the key here is, what do you desire, right? This is a grand earth trine. What do you desire? You know, right? You know, right? So this is Venus and the moon and Uranus. You know what you want. Act accordingly. Allow those shifts to move in accordingly. On Saturday, that grand earth trine progresses. So then the grand earth trine becomes the moon, the nodes, which, right, are your destiny and your gifts, and Pluto, your transformation. So the questions become, what am I creating as my destiny, right? And squaring Mars, hello, I see you. Squaring Mars, and the nodes. This is about, where are your actions in alignment with what you are creating in the future, and what you are here to do and be and bring to the table, right? Where are you out of alignment? Where are you not walking your talk? Where are you not walking your walk? Right? And then in the afternoon, as the moon moves into Libra, it's going to bring a shift in perspective, a balance of perspective, to the point where you understand that your self-expression, as the moon trines Mercury later, must balance, right? Your walk has to equal your talk, or it's really neither walk nor talk. It's just nonsense. And then on Sunday, Sunday, the sun is conjunct retrograding Mercury, trining the moon. But the moon is also T-square to the moon and Uranus, right? Squaring Venus. So, are you feeling a little frustrated on Sunday? You might be. That's okay. Are you feeling a little nostalgic, a little triggered, a little, okay, regretful? Your awareness might come in out of the blue of places that you are in creation or recreation of themes in your life. What you do with those things, what you do with those awarenesses, and how you shift and change your life plan accordingly is 100%, as always, up to you. Let's talk. Monday, we talked about this full moon. I recommend listening to the full moon reading. It was pretty phenomenal. So we're talking about this day, right, as being a little drifty, a little dreamy, a little being mindful of your outflow, right? Finding your resistance in that flow, right? So we've got the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, right? The Ten of Wands, of course, being that sense of overwhelm, that overburdened place where you understand that you have things you must put down, that you cannot carry. I simply can't. And the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight in the deck. What have you been waiting on? What have you been just carrying around with you that you haven't put down yet, right? What's in your flow? What's in the way? Like there's a big something that's really just off-putting your flow. You know what it is. You know. You've been carrying it around and you're tired of it. You've been carrying it around for a long, long time. Not looking at it, just kind of ignoring it, figuring maybe it'll just erode eventually and I won't have to. No, you have to put it down, right? Cancer full moon must be released. The light shines upon you, so you must, right? Just know. Your life will be so much better. Just do it. Tuesday, Mercury sextiling Chiron, Uranus direct, the nodes switch signs, cautious, purposeful movement. We talked about this. Cautious, purposeful movement. Check your expression, right? We talked about best foot forward. So we've got the Magician. We've got the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is that unconditional love, that space where we love like we've never been hurt. True, open, flowing heart chakra energy. Anahata, 100%. And the Magician is the full master of all of the elements, right? He has that beautiful infinity sign over his head. Understanding that he is one in his spirit, right? So as those nodes shift from ideas to reality, as those nodes shift from passion to sustainability, right? Where is the source of your power? Where is it? You know where it is. Purposeful awareness, cautious awareness. Dive in fearlessly, but dive in cautiously. There's a big difference, right? Check your expression. Check your expression. You know how to get there. It doesn't mean be reckless. On Wednesday, we talked about this as a day to be regrouping, rewriting, right? Where are your boundaries? Where is your source of creation? Finding your sense of balance and shift, right? Witnessing your perspective. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Both of these cards were featured in the full moon reading. So if these speak to you, perhaps give yourself a few minutes and go listen to that, right? This talks about understanding that you are fully resourced. This is, I'm good. How about you, right? I understand that I am fully resourced, right? These are like the embodiment of one another. This is the embodiment higher self. This is the practical 3D self, right? It's your point of view. And we talked about how as the sun moves into Aquarius, you may feel a little inside out or upside down. Understand that your perspective tells you you are both. You are exactly where you want to be on that polarity. Where your boundaries are is exactly where your boundaries aren't, right? They meet one another. Where your reality isn't is exactly where your reality is. They meet one another. What your story isn't is exactly what your story is, right? The positive, the negative, the thesis and antithesis. You can be the synthesis, right? That's what we're talking about in the Hegelian dialectic. Okie dokie. On Thursday, we talked about, look at this. Come on, right here, please. We have Ace of Wands ×2. Thank you. This is a hot day already. We talked about busy dreams. Ask for solutions in your dreams. Waking up to that priestess moon, looking for how am I in service, right? To the collective, to myself, to my heart, to my soul, to my money. What am I putting into the collective? What am I putting into me? This is the Ace of Wands. Every ace, as we full well know, it's a gift from the universe. It must be grabbed. It must be put into action. You cannot store it. You can't bank it. You can't stick it in your pocket. You can't save it for later. You got to hit the ground running with it, right? So we are in a Mercury retrograde. But the fact of the matter is that there is nothing that you can't put into action, even if only in your energy field. And sometimes putting something into action in your energy field, right? The answers to how am I in service? How is this new energy feeling to me, right? The moon squaring those nodes right off the bat. How does this feel? Where am I in alignment? Right, with my service to myself, to the collective, to all of the things that create my reality. What am I putting in, right? What you're putting in is what you're getting out. What you're putting in is what you're getting out. And here's the deal. You can put everything you have in. You can put your whole inspiration, your whole passion, all the juice you've got, right? The universe is asking you, what do you want? What do you want? Man, I mean, the power of inception is literally in your hand. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? On Friday. Okay, so let's talk about these cards first and then pull this in here. So we got the Four of Wands and we have the Six of Swords. So this is a beautiful card of celebration, right? Of rejoicing, right? The things that I have put into action are creating a life, a world of bliss, right? This is enjoying what you have called in, what you have created, the fruits of your labors, right? And the Six of Swords is a card of transition, This is about moving away from emotional turbulence to someplace that's smooth. It's about leaving behind ideas and beliefs that were not really functional, really serviceable, really creating contentment or satisfaction in your life, and moving towards something that does. So all the places where you're holding back, right, you're being asked to lean in and trust, right, that the long-term plans that you're creating will lead you to that something better. So we talked about this as being a little bit of a heartstring pulling day. There is a grand Earth trine with Uranus and Venus and the Moon. What can you allow yourself to shift from into, right? How can you reorient yourself so that you're calling in those ways and means of creation that are more in alignment, that are more satisfying, that will bring you contentment, right? That will bring you that ease of heart. The thing is, act accordingly. That late night in conjunction to Saturn, act accordingly. You do know, act accordingly. On Saturday, we've got the Tower, we've got the Queen of Cups. So what do you have to explode? What do you have to explode to be in your full embodiment of your emotional safety, your emotional beauty, to have your cup, that is your heart, full and running over, right? We have that grand Earth trine again that progresses. And on Saturday, it's the Moon, the nodes, and Pluto. What are you creating as your destiny? Squaring Mars and the nodes. Set everything on fire that is not in alignment, right? Every place that you are not feeling it, set it on fire. Like, we've got the hashtag Oracle card that's heal it or blow it the fuck up. This applies right here. Any place that you're not walking your walk, any place that you're not in alignment with your self-expression, right? Let that shift into the Libra moon. Bring your balance, right, between those things, between the perspective of where you are and what you want. And anything that's in between those two, let it explode. Let the wind carry it away, right? It was, if it's not yours, it wasn't yours. If it can go, if it can be exploded, then it probably wasn't yours to begin with. So let it go. On Sunday, we have the Sun conjunct Mercury retrograde, right, trining the Moon. But we have that T-square. So again, we're going to talk a little bit about feeling frustrated or nostalgic or triggered or regretful, and allowing some awarenesses to come in out of the blue, right? What you do with them, how they apply to your life plan, that is 100% up to you. So we've got the Knight of Wands, right? The Knight of Wands is a little bit reckless. It's a little bit impassioned. It's a little bit overwrought sometimes, like, we just want to charge in and deal with things and throw things down on the table and look at them and see what they are. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles, who is an energetic that wishes to stack things up and look at them and take stock of them and perhaps not really show them, right? Keep them, in fact, in your pocket. But on this day, that's not going to be possible. So let those awarenesses come in and then choose, right? The Four of Pentacles can also be an energy that is really firmly, strongly resourced and very, very rooted and grounded. It depends on the mentality, right? If we understand that this is the way that we're resourced and that we're fully resourced and it's okay, then it's great if you want to charge ahead. But if you're hoarding and you're not in your full expression of your power, of your inspiration, of the juice, right, that the universe is literally pouring all over you in this reading, then it might be best to recalibrate, to reformulate your life plan that is a little bit more in alignment. So we have got, we've got Holy Holy, which of course is really just witnessing that divine in yourself. And I do really want to say, again, like this is the third time, I'm totally not like saying go listen to the Cancer Moon one, but there was a 46. The card that we had was Life is Lessons, which is number 46, also a 1, also the beginning of a cycle, right? Sun, Pluto, in opposition to this Cancer Moon this week is really asking you to be in inception energy, to really be pushing your envelope, right? To not just be pushing your envelope, to be creating your envelope, to really be aware of where your membrane is and where your semi-permeability happens to be. Let's just also do this. We've got a 28 in our other oracle card, which is another 1, right? I mean, that's just how things work, right? It's good stuff. It makes me laugh. This is lovely, whatever he is. Contact, reaching out, spiritual bonds, and connections. Look at that beautiful hand reaching out, right, from the divine. This is a little bit of an echo of that Magician card. That's lovely. So let's see what that has to say. Yeah. In this life, we are spirit and we are flesh. When we forget that we are both, we can suffer unnecessarily. This card can indicate a need to take time for meditation and to connect with one's higher self. This will in turn allow us to see the spiritual aspect of others more clearly and be able to reach out to them more easily. A young man stands in a contemplative mood. The mask before him indicates that he has stepped away from his usual role in life. A flame beside the mask signifies the eternity of our nature and reminds us that all that we see in this earthly realm is no more than a mask. In his right hand, he holds a bell jar that contains the face of a woman. Maybe she is his spirit guide or a love from a past life. She is reaching out to him with much love and tenderness. In his left hand, he holds the 2 batons indicating the duality of human nature. They might also indicate that he has more than enough will to move forward in his life. So look, there's a lot of thematics, right? This card really just talks about right here. And this is that day that we have all those shifts, right? This is the day that Uranus goes direct and the nodes change signs. This is a big, big week. There's a lot of energy that moves. There's a lot of potential. And, you know, here's the deal. We talk about that all the time, right? There is always potential. And here's the deal. It's always about what you do with it. So is every week your week? Yeah, it absolutely is. What do you desire? You know what you desire. Act accordingly. I say it every week. It's no lie. And the universe conspires in every way, in every single day, to make that happen for you. It's about how you're in reception of that energy, right? Where you are in terms of who and what you love, right? I do have that reflexive hashtag about who do you love and who loves you. And, you know, that's an important thing because we cannot create in the 3D world if we're outside of that paradigm, if we're not in alignment with our highest and best, if our passion, right, is not meeting the way in which we move in the world, then none of it means anything. If we're a holder-backer, right, if we're living in holder-backer mode, then we cannot be in motion. You cannot be in both places. You simply can't. You can't tell me that you're a powerful creator and then say, yeah, but the universe is blocking me. No, it doesn't work like that. The universe moves everything for you right out of your way. So it's about whether or not you allow the universe to move on your behalf and give you everything that you want in this holy, holy existence. Yeah, guys. Again, there's a lot of energy moving. A whole lot of energy. I'll probably talk about the nodes shifting signs. I may talk about the sun moving into Aquarius. We'll see. Other than that, thanks for being here. Big giant blessings, and have an amazing week, right? Take care.